let's look at just one simple and very effective technique for writing song lyrics as a 3-act story. Just like any story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, this 3-act story has a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. And I think the easiest way to think about these 3 sections is, I used to, but then I, and now I. The verses are I used to, the pre-choruses are but then I, and the choruses are and now I. So I'll play you 3 examples of this lyrical structure from Gotye, Katy Perry, and Louis the Child and KFlay. And then I'll play you 3 more examples from Dorian, Electra, Eminem, and Pink Floyd to show how you can take this idea but stretch it and use it in different ways, just to make your songwriting a little bit more engaging and logical and to draw people in a little bit more. So I'll play you excerpts of lyrics from verses, pre-choruses, and choruses. First we're going to look at Katy Perry because this is like the most textbook example I could find of this songwriting structure. So the chorus literally starts with, I used to.
I used to bite my tongue and hold my breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess.
But then I
held me down, but I got up, already brushing off the dust.
And now I
got the eye of the tiger, fire, dancing through the fire.
So in general, this is a story of challenge and overcoming that challenge. In this particular example, Katy Perry is the hero of the story and she succeeds, making this a Greek comedy. Next I'll play you It's Strange by Louis the Child and KFlay, and you can hear it's pretty much the same deal. I used to be jaded, but then I met you, and now things are great. I used to.
Heart been so cold that I don't feel it all. Scarred up inside, so I built all these walls.
But then I
made my own rules in my own place. I got no room for no man, that's my way.
And now I
It's strange, but I don't need space from you. In every single thing you do, I like.
Isn't that nice? That's another Greek comedy where the hero wins in the end. My third example is from Gotye and Kimbra's Somebody That I Used to Know. And it still has the same underlying structure, but I think you could probably call this one a Greek tragedy because the hero does not win in the end. But listen to how the lyrics still follow the I used to, but then I, and now I structure. I used to.
Now and then I think of when we were together, but felt so lonely in your company.
But then I
Well, you said that we would still be friends, but I'll admit that I was glad it was over.
and now I
You didn't have to cut me off. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number.
Now the thing about this song is that it adds another layer to it because the and now I is him still being hung up on the previous relationship. And so later in the song when Kimbra takes her verse, it reveals that this is actually a story of him repeating patterns and being stuck in those patterns. And so let's call Kimbra's verse a twist.
Said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know.
Fun, right? So you can take that structure and you can be creative with it. In fact, you can apply it super loosely. I'll play you 3 examples now where the only thing that they've taken from it is just that intro bit, I used to. In Eminem's Kill You, the first lyrics in the very beginning of the song talk about sort of an origin story for the song. And the other thing about this song specifically is that it's the first song on his Marshall Mathers LP album. And so it actually introduces the entire concept of the album, which is basically just him being like a lunatic, psychopath, serial killer.
When I was just a little baby boy, my mama used to tell me these crazy things.
Right? Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 starts exactly the same way by talking about childhood trauma as the seed for the rest of the album. In this particular song, it's like an anti-authoritarian, anti-teacher, anti-school thing.
When we grew up and went to school, there were certain teachers who would hurt children any way they could.
Right? I used to. So we're going to stretch that idea a little bit further, and I'll play you a Dorian Electra song, Guy Liner. And instead of strictly sticking to the I used to part of the song, which is like a once upon a time beginning, we're just going to introduce it with a natural start, which is waking up to start the day.
I wake up, open my eyes, gotta spice it up, yeah, gotta make it shine. Look in the mirror, and I'm feeling fine.
So it sets up the beginning of a story in the same way as the other ones without doing the once upon a time thing. It's just starting the day. So you could do I used to, or once upon a time, or earlier today, or I just woke up. A lot of those 2010 party anthems will be like, tonight's the night, And that's how they introduced the idea of this is a party song about going out tonight. Anyway, there's lots of ways that you can write songs. If you listen to any Radiohead song, they don't play this shit. Everything's like completely coated in metaphor. So this is just one way to write songs. It's very literal, basically telling a story, but it can always be useful to think of underlying storylines and principles like this for when you're troubleshooting lyrics. Anyway, that's how to write a song as a 3-act story.